Good afternoon and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, welcome. I'm Deidre. If you're returning, it's great to see you. Make sure you like this video and subscribe down below. I'd love to have you. So I got a comment today and then the comment disappeared, so I'm thinking they may have deleted it. But it was actually a good point. They were asking about how BodySlims is going from my husband's perspective. So I texted my husband and I said, hey, do you want to sit down and film this with me? Or do you want to send me like a brief summary of your experience on BodySlims at this point? So he sent me a long text message, so we're gonna read it over so that I can go over it with you and then offer my input on what I see as his wife. So my husband said, yes, today he said he has lost officially 20 pounds, and he says probably two inches off his waist. I'm going to say he's lost significantly more than that, which means he hasn't checked his measurements, because he has been going down sizes. So he says 2 inches, probably. I'm going to say more. His tummy's looking a lot flatter. So he's probably lost, I'm going to say probably 10 inches. But again, I don't know. He has to check his measurements. And he said he thinks he's lost probably another 2 inches off of like his gut, like the lower area. Again, I think he's lost more than that there. And he's saying that that's just based off the way his shirts fit, because he was finding his shirts were riding up on his lower belly. He said that he's finding it to definitely be a difficult process and that it takes constant motivation and vigilance, but the health benefits that he's had: a lower average pulse, his blood pressure is down, his blood sugar is down, and he's being able to perform his work or his job a lot easier. He has a very active physical manual labor type of job. And he said those are all huge payoffs. He can give me some pics when he gets home so I can try and put before and current for you guys. He said that losing weight is a simple formula, but it's an aggravating process. He says the seminars have a lot of obvious information, but some of it he really needed to hear anyway. He said that weight loss is the result of a lifestyle change, not a diet and exercise. He's having to change his addiction to food into a relationship of sustenance and nutrition. He said that it seems to be a lesson he's had to learn a few times in his life, but BodySlims has made me more aware of my food consumption and how much of it is based on boredom, habit, and the addiction to delicious foods of unnecessarily higher calories. He thinks for him that food is a lot like smoking for some people. Some of the things that he was eating were completely unnecessary, and they were detrimental to his health in the quantity that he was consuming. And he knew that, but he was still doing it, he says. He said so he's had to quit cold turkey and believe that researching the food he's eating instead of just scanning barcodes has given him a good baseline for estimating the calories in a meal and how that needs to fit into his daily meal plan. Because Jared does not, you don't scan your food into the system. You actually have to research it, look it up, see what your calories are, and calculate them, and then just put it. It's very basic when you put it into the app, but you do have to research it to know what you're doing. He says it's given him a lot better information and a good baseline to estimate how much he thinks is in that meal before he calculates it. He says even saying all this, he knows that he still has work to do on this struggle every day. And when he fails, he knows that when he wakes up tomorrow, he has a chance to make it better. He said, you're either moving forward towards or away from your goal with every bite and every step. He said, thank you. I'll be here all week. And don't forget to tip your waitress. So I know he's had a hard time with the walk sometimes, because he does his at the end of the day. He is not a morning person. So my husband does his walks at the end of the day. So that's really hard for him because he's exhausted. Like, he's been at work all day. He has a manual labor job. He's tired. So he's been doing that. He does get frustrated. And I tell him he weighs himself every day. I've recommended that he not do that. He doesn't listen to me. But he gets frustrated if he doesn't see movement. But I've reminded him of how far he's come in 6 weeks. And he knows. Like, he's done really well. So he is doing a great job. He had a doctor's appointment yesterday. They said, I mean, overall, he's in good health. But there's some, obviously, like his weight and stuff are things that he needs to work on. Blood pressure, his type 2 diabetes, that kind of thing. So they're working with him on those things. And, yeah. So someone, like I said, someone had posted a comment. And then the comment, I couldn't reply to it because it, I think, got deleted. But they really wanted to know his perspective. I know from doing it twice that Jared is very big into men's health. That's very important for him. And when he was creating BodySlims, he wanted it to be a universal program for men and women. And it does have a lot more women on it than men. But I think he's kind of talked about it a little bit. Like, women have always had to chase, like, these weight loss things. So we have all of these set beliefs already in our head where men are like, just tell me what to do. Because they haven't had to do that. And so they come in and they smash it. So check out, there's Going Greg on Instagram. He has done amazing. I can't remember anyone else's screen names, but if you check out his, BodySlims also posts people on Instagram and Facebook. You can check out their stories for other men to see how they're doing. But honestly, like, they're very big into men's health. They're very big into trying to get men in shape because, like Jared talks about, in Ireland especially, you know, they drink a lot, so they don't always live a long time. And so that's really big for him to try and see men at an older age instead of passing away younger. Greg talks about his story about his dad and how that spurred him to make changes in his own life. So definitely check out their stories and see if that's something you connect with, because I can only speak from a woman's experience. From a woman's experience watching her husband, I'm very proud of him. I know that this is hard. He always tells me how hungry he is. He's doing his best to, like, bulk his meals up with lower calorie things. Like, in the evening he'll have popcorn because he stays up so much later than the rest of us, and that's where his calories happen. Because oops, sorry, I almost fell off my walking bed because I stepped on the side. Because he's bored eating. He's playing video games. So he's having to change that behavior. Where, like, for me, I like to snack after dinner too, but I usually have, like, a bowl of cereal or something like that. So I've had to kind of reset my thinking not to have that bowl of cereal. Sometimes I still do. Sometimes I'll do, like, a sugar-free Jell-O and, like, berries or something, but which is a lot lower calorie. But I have been working on my own mindset. So there's things like that he still struggles with. We all do. But those are his updates right now. If you have more questions for my husband, let me know down below, and I will definitely make him either sit down with me and film so he can answer, or, you know, you can post them down below and I can have him respond to them through me or through himself. So my video started again. So yeah, I hope you guys will subscribe to my channel down below. Make sure you hit like on this video, and I'll check in with you later. I'm gonna film my week 6 weigh-in. So week 6, yeah, week 6 weigh-in results next. But I wanted this to kind of be its own separate video. Have a good day, y'all.